Welcome to my video presentation. Today we'll be talking about German military rearmament, the modernization of the Bundeswehr, the German Federal Army. For those of you who like to read the news, you might have found that Germany's rearmament has been a hot topic recently. In this video, we'll look at why that is. First, we'll go through the historical background leading to German Army's current condition, how the rearmament is going, social responses to the rearmament, and finally, the conclusion, what Germany's rearmament means for Germany itself, as well as Europe as a whole. Here are some important historical background events leading to the German Army's current condition. In 1990, reunification of West Germany and East Germany happened. In 1991, the Soviet Union fell. In 2022, Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine, ending the One Peace and striking the largest land war in Europe since the fall of the Soviet Union. Historically, during the Cold War, German military spending was usually maintained at around 3%, even reaching 5% at one point. However, during the One Peace following the fall of the Soviet Union, German military spending declined to slightly above 1%, much lower than the NATO target. Last year, however, German military spending rose to 2% again, finally meeting the old NATO target. It is forecast that German military spending as a percentage of GDP will rise again in the following years and may eventually reach 5%. However, to be noted is that during the Cold War, the German economy was doing much better than it is doing currently. Its auto industry was the leader of the world, and a lot of its other heavy industries. It was spending a lot less on welfare. So today, achieving 5% military spending again seems almost impossible. There are two factors to military rearmament. The first is manpower. The second is the defense budget. Let's look at each of these in turn. So, at first, during 2022, Olaf Scholz, during his Zentrumwende speech in the German parliament, said that he will allocate 100 billion euros in special funds for the Bundeswehr modernization. He made a commitment to meet NATO's 2% target, which we know was met last year. Following the election, however, Friedrich Merz, the CDU politician, became the new German chancellor. He has criticized previous governments, especially under Angela Merkel and Rachel Scholz's coalition, for chronic underfunding and neglect of the Bundeswehr during peacetime. He has always advocated for stronger transatlantic ties with the United States and higher defense spending, even prior to Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. He has supported NATO's 2% GDP defense spending target in principle, contrasting with Germany's other politicians' long-standing peace dividend approach after the Cold War and reunification. Let's look at how the modernization is going. Did Friedrich Merz achieve some of his goals yet? The current German army size is 184,000 to 155,400 active personnel. The target is to reach eventually 260,000 active soldiers with 200,000 reservists by the mid-2030s. This is a huge fall from since its Cold War peak of almost 500,000. On December 2025, the German parliament passed the Military Service Modernization Act, which came into effect January 1st, 2026. The act stipulated a mandatory questionnaire for all 18-year-old men that were born 2008 onwards, that they must respond online about your interest in service, your future plans, your current health and fitness. Women can also participate in the questionnaire voluntarily. The act also made medical fitness checks mandatory. Starting from mid-2026 and 2027, suitable candidates will be invited for examinations. There was also other incentives to make the service much more attractive, such as starting salary has been increased to 2,600 euros per month and almost 450 euros increase. There were also other additional perks, such as free driving lessons better career prospects after retiring from the army, and other benefits. There are also a fallback mechanism. If voluntary recruitment falls short of the annual target, the Bundestag can activate a partial or full conscription, including a possible lottery system that is in discussion, that is also hugely controversial, both with the broader public and with Merz's governing partners. So far, in the first quarter of this year, applications has been up 20% year-on-year, with actual entries up by 10 to 14%. Overall recruitment has been running 10% above the previous pace, so the active force has grown by 3,000 to 3,300 in the past year, reaching around 185,400 by March 2026. This shows there is a clear surge in interest in military service, partly driven by heightened security awareness caused by Russia-Ukraine war and NATO pressures. However, experts and the parliamentary commissioner warn that current trends are not yet enough to meet the ambitious growth trajectory, especially given high dropout rates, competition from the civilian job market, and demographic challenges. Increasing numbers of young men are actively submitting applications to preemptively declare their conscientious objection to serving should compulsory military service be reinstated. There has also been a lot of protests against the military bill, mainly university students and high school students, since they will be the most affected. A lot of left-wing parties are against it. Uh, Left-wing parties for young students, the Greens are very much in support of it, but some people would say the Greens are almost right-wing in a lot of issues. After looking at manpower, let's look at the military budget side of the rearmament.